footprint compares what's used to what's available. It's like a balance sheet of our use of natural resources. For example, if every person on Earth lived the way the average American lives, we'd need 5 planets. A crucial footprint is the carbon footprint. We're hearing a lot about it because carbon is the biggest resource issue we face today. Our carbon footprint is a measure of how much carbon dioxide we are responsible for adding to the atmosphere. It's a measure of our contribution to global warming. Our primary carbon footprint comes from the fuels we use directly for transportation, heat, electricity, etc. Our secondary footprint is from the fuel used to produce the goods and services we consume. Sometimes the phrase carbon footprint refers to the amount of carbon dioxide we discharge into the atmosphere. For example, when our car burns 1 U.S. gallon of gas, 19.1 pounds of carbon dioxide are emitted. The slightly larger UK gallon of petrol burned emits 22.9 pounds of carbon dioxide into the air. Most of our daily activities have as a byproduct the release of CO2 into the atmosphere from the energy used in their production. One example is food. The production of 1 pound of beef has a CO2 emission of 13.3 pounds. The production of 1 pound of eggs emits about 1.95 pounds of CO2. The production of 1 pound of rice and beans emits 0.2 pounds of carbon dioxide. In order for us to live sustainably, that is, within the limits of Earth's resources, each person on the planet would need to emit no more than 4,400 pounds of carbon dioxide per year. Right now, worldwide, we need 1.4 Earths to sustain us. How do we maintain this rate of overuse? By liquidating our assets. That is, we are using up our natural resources faster than Earth can replace them. We benefit now with immediate gain, but at the expense of their future use. We believe in a sustainable world, yet we see Earth's life-giving resources weakened by human choices and actions. Climate change, especially global warming, is already affecting peoples and biological systems throughout the world. Pak Mat is 60 years old and has lived in Malaysia all his life. He makes his living as a fisherman, but unpredictable heavy storms now make that nearly impossible. He says one night in 2009, after a big storm, the seawater washed away the land on which my house was standing. My house was destroyed. Nelly Damaris Chepkoski is a 53-year-old farmer who works with the women in her community. She says, "I have witnessed many changes myself, and what is disturbing us most are changes to the weather. Here in the Kericho district, we used to have rainfall throughout the year. I remember clearly that my family celebrated Christmas when it was raining heavily, but that has changed completely." Marlene Roca lives near the Amazonas River in Brazil, where there are usually 2 seasons, winter when it pours and summer when it's dry. She says, "Growing foodstuff here has become very difficult since the wet season strikes the region too early and ever more strongly. There is not enough time to plant and harvest anything." In our Seeds of Peace Chapter Act, we commit ourselves personally and communally to identify and reduce our carbon footprint in our communities, ministries, and institutions, and pray, study, and act to promote a sustainable lifestyle. We invite you to identify your carbon footprint. Our Care of Creation and Climate Change Core Group has identified 2 website-based carbon footprint calculators that are appropriate for sisters and associates living in the U.S. and in the United Kingdom. After this video, you will receive a handout that explains how to gather the information necessary for the calculators. We hope that you find the calculators easy to use. If you would like assistance, please contact a member of the C4 Core Group. We hope that each sister and associate will accept the invitation to identify and reduce our carbon footprint. The results of the carbon calculator are for your eyes only, to help you see where you might make changes in the spirit of the Chapter Act. We suggest that you record your input and results for self-reflection. We will invite the community to take the quiz again next year. With reverence for the blessings of creation, we use our resources both individually and collectively in a spirit of stewardship. The spirit of poverty also calls us to work for a more just society so that all may be enriched by a more equitable sharing of the goods of the earth. CSJP Constitution 56.